It is a widely acclaimed fact that India is a multilingual and multicultural country with languages belonging to different language families being spread along the length and breadth of the country. Ever since the publication of M.B. Aminu's pioneering article, India as a Linguistic Area in 1956, the theme has got considerable attention from linguists all across the country and globe. India has been a home to a lot of languages belonging to various language families like Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Tibeto-Burman, Austroasiatic, etc. Despite belonging to diverse language families, the languages found in the country have got certain similarities at the phonological, morphological, syntactic, and lexical levels. Presence of echo words, reduplication, retroflexion, etc. serve as examples and are prevalent in languages across the country. The prevailing linguistic diversity and the frequent contact between the speakers of these languages has provided a unique color and dimension to our country, which, though studied earlier, needs to be appreciated and examined at a further level and a large scale. As such, the seminar aims to revisit the significant theme with a focus on the study of the non-scheduled languages spread across the country.
All of us have mobile phones right now and we talk to Alexa and Google. This is not the primary achievement of computer scientists. It has been primarily done by the linguists across the globe. And if you are using the computer science today, the interdisciplinary field, so-called interdisciplinary field of linguistics, computer science, as per the Linguistic Society of America started way back in 1950. There's a structured growth, but unfortunately, at least in this part of the world right now, we have not focused on so-called computational linguistics as it is happening in the rest of the world. We are not only trying to teach the individuals, humans, we are trying to teach the machines. And if right now we open our Google phones and we type anything, they don't only translate you from an English to Hindi or Urdu, they will also translate it in the Roman format. So you don't even need to write a proper English. The idea of the computer science and linguistics was that we both believe in the common format of languages, syntax, and natural language processing. What Pradeep sir said, I suppose, that when Nelson Mandela said that you need to get to the heart of the language, he meant that we need to understand the language in its natural form, which we do not normally. Even when I'm speaking, maybe I would have spoken better in Kashmiri, because that comes out of the heart and the word seems to be more precise. And just for the record, as per the 2011 census, Kashmiri is the second fastest growing language in India, only second to Hindi. So I'm optimistic our grandchildren will actually speak Kashmiri. So I have no second thought about it. So we're doing good when it comes to the language. But at the end of the day, what we are trying to have in place is that the National Education Policy and DYD, the two things which we started, then NEP started last year in 2022 and DYD, Design Your Degree, started this year. The idea was that we do not want a student to go and understand by having done his bachelor's or master's in a specific area. He has to have an interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary idea of subjects, which was the core of the NEP. And I suppose what Sir said, that when it comes to UPSC, while the idea was that a student can be doing majors in linguistics and he can be having a minor specialization or co-major in computer science. So he not only understands linguistics, he also understands how this linguistics can be used and implemented in the technological foray or other subjects which we use. Most of the data scientists, especially at the Google, are working only on linguistics growth. And you will find it interesting that we are short of time, and if we get time in these days, that NLP is working and is designed and motivated by the lead linguistics who do not have a computer science background at all. So they are motivating us how to come forward.
Just to start with, what is this so-called situation of non-scheduled languages in India? Now, the moment you search for, these terms called scheduled and non-scheduled languages, you will be bombarded with so much of confusing numbers. But, well, good enough. You have something called 121 languages which are listed somewhere, which has two parts. One part includes the languages which are scheduled languages, 22 of them. 99 of them are called non-scheduled languages on the name of mother tongue, other mother tongue. I have no idea what they're talking about. But if you consult some other resources or sources, you will come to know that not just 121, but something like 1,369 languages are there. And if you're talking about the other tongue or other mother tongue, which are not classified due to the lack of whatever information, unclassified types, you still have a number, something called 1,474. Go ahead. If you're really keen to search for other numbers, you will come to some resources again, which will tell you that not thousands, not hundreds, but it is actually in many thousands, which are 19,569 languages and dialects which are spoken in the country. If you Google search again, and probably Ethnologue is not a bad source to confirm. Yesterday's search tells me that there are about 7,164 languages which are spoken around the world. And if you look at the number that I'm trying to figure out here, or trying to show it to you, looks like 1/3 of the total language of the world are in India.
Right now, what we are doing, we are trying to train fellow linguists who are interested in this field. We are trying to train scholars, PhD students who are working in this area. As you must have, from Dr. Das' lectures, you must have get the idea that language documentation or preservation, though native speakers or language activists can do this work, and they are doing their part, but if we want to prepare some long-lasting data for the future generations, and we want to preserve language the way it is right now and the way it was spoken earlier by the elders, then we must be trained for this work. So the most important work which we thought that we are doing, we are trying to pass this skill to our juniors and to our colleagues who are working. So whoever is interested, kindly visit our website and become the member of our society. And most of the time we do online trainings, how to collect data, how to do file namings, how to create metadata, how to archive your data, and all these small things, but which matters a lot. These things are very important to learn and to know the right procedure. How to make dictionaries in latest softwares. So all these kind of trainings we do. Apart from this, there is an online journal on our website. It is a bilingual Hindi-English and biannual peer-reviewed journal, and we give preference to young scholars. So if you are working as a PhD scholar and you want to publish your article, you are most welcome to send your articles.
is one of the richest linguistic nations in the world. You know that this makes many Western people surprised. When I used to go to class in US, they generally ask me, how you communicate living in India speaking so many languages? So this is surprising, and we haven't have understood the rich cultural heritage, rich linguistic heritage that we have since long. And fortunately or unfortunately, even the first linguistic survey was done by a foreigner, Grierson. You all know that. So we have taken so much from there. Like we have to think about own treasure that we have. Like Professor Pradeep has also mentioned, if we will not be able to protect or preserve, we'll be losing so much knowledge and information from this world that we are living in. We have to work serious field work. We have to document them. We have to work. We know, I can cite the example of Hebrew. Hebrew at one point was become the extinct, dead language. But the people started taking it into seriously. Like in 1922 that they have started a movement to make them a spoken language. Then it comes to written. And lately in 2018 they have everything in their language. So if that can be revived, there are many other instances. Then we can also have the potential to revive, to retain, to regain, and to preserve our own languages that we are speaking. You know, for the mix, like he has mentioned several things, when we used to send our students to India to learn the language, they used to keep in the houses of the local people. Whether you understand their language or not, but they have to live together, they have to know many things, not only the language. The way we live, the way we dress, the way we eat, the way we cook, the way we behave, everything matters. And everything altogether constitutes that what we call culture. So language is deeply linked with the cultural heritage that we have. So it is not something like we have to work or we have to, there is no dearth of work, you know. And we are, as I said, we do not need to do something bigger. We have to go one step further to bridge the gap. You know, in research, what we do, re means again, search means looking for. We are looking again and again. Research is one go is not a complete in itself. We are moving one step further to bridge that gap.